Yeah. So here we have seen already array operations. Let's revise it once, as this is very important topic. Let's revise it once. Array operations on the day 33. If you can see, we have seen for each loop first, for each operation on the array, then for each, same for each, then map. We will see one by one. Array operations. So array operation functions in the JavaScript performing various operations on the array. Array operation functions are the methods in JavaScript that enable developers to perform various operations on arrays, such as adding, removing, modifying, manipulating elements. These functions are crucial for working with arrays efficiently and effectively. Some of the commonly used array operations are for each. Sorry, it should be H2 actually. H2. For each. The for each method in JavaScript. The for each method in JavaScript is used to execute a provided function once for each element in array. Once for each element in array, it is, you can say, it is essentially allows you to loop through the elements. It is essentially allows you to loop through the elements of an array and perform the specific action for each element. The syntax of for each method would be as follows. We already have seen this thing. We already have seen this thing. Code. I hope you have practiced this.
Yes, sir.
Right? I hope you have practiced this, so you know all these things. We are just preparing the document. For each, then remember that about the for each method, current value. So here is the explanation. Current value. The current value, the current element being processed in the array. Index is an optional parameter. Here you can say index is an optional parameter. Array here is an optional thing. Last parameter array is an optional thing. The array that for each is being applied to. If you want this reference inside here, the third parameter is there. Okay. So for each loop, remember that the for each loop does not create new array. It simply allows you to perform a specific action. It simply allows you to perform the specific action defined in the provided function for each element in the array. For each element in the array. So you need to also remember that it is important to note that for each method does not return anything. It is primarily used for its side effects, such as logging the data. It is primarily used for its side effects, such as logging the data, modifying the elements, or performing other actions on each element of an array. However, it is not suitable for the situations. It is not suitable for situations where you need to create a new array or manipulate the existing array. It is not suitable. right? After that, what we have to map h2 map array dot map. So when you see array dot map, can you tell me what is this function all about?
The map element is a transformation.
Not element, it's a function.
Function, yes.
Okay, why?
The map function is a transformation.
Transformation of what?
New element.
Explain it properly.
It is original from convert the another element.
Okay, original element is getting converted to the
Another element.
another element. Okay. Now, here we can see the for each map function. For each and map can be similar because it is iterating over each and every element. The map method in the JavaScript is used to create a new array. Remember that. Map method in the JavaScript is used to create a new array by applying a function to each element of the original array. It creates new array, that is very important. It essentially allows you to transform each element of an array based on the specific mapping function. The syntax of map function would be as below. The syntax of mapping function would be as below. And here I can paste const new array dot map function current element index and array.
Yes.
So current element, same thing about this thing.
Yes.
Current value index and array is an optional. Whatever array you are iterating on, that reference you will get. Index here you will get. Current value you will get over here. Now the map function does not mutate. Map function does not mutate the original array. Mutate means what? It does not change it.
Yes.
The map method does not mutate the original array. Instead, it creates and returns new array with the same length as the original array.
Original array.
Yeah, instead it creates, here you can say, creates and returns a new array with the same length as the original array, where each element is the result of provided function. Each element is the result of provided function applied to the corresponding element in the original array. Okay. Now, something more about map function. The map method is especially useful. Map method is especially useful when you need to transform or modify the elements in an array without directly altering the original array. It enables a concise way to perform the operation on each element of an array and collect the resultant new array. So whatever function you are providing over here, right, from that function it will map each element of this array to something new. Okay, what next we have seen? Map filter. Please explain.
When the apply condition, use the filter function.
No, not satisfied with the answer.
It is used filter ternary to filter another array.
Filter what?
Ternary.
Ternary means?
No. Filter the array,
Uh-huh.
then filter another array.
No, please change the wording. You know the answer, but you are not able to answer it. Please change the wording.
Filter is does not change the original array.
But why filter is used?
Check the element is available or not.
Check the element is available or not. That is not the answer. Okay, let us see. Now here, if you see this thing, I want to filter all the even element from the given array. I want to filter out only even element. Only what? Even element. So filtering out the element, that is the main concern. H2 filter. Okay. Now the filter method in the JavaScript, filter method in JavaScript is used to create new array with all elements that pass a certain condition implemented by provided function. It is essentially allows you to filter out the elements from an array based on the specific criteria. The syntax of the filter function would be as below. Code. Here we can write filter out. So here is an explanation on the parameters. Current value same. Current value index and array. Current value index and an array. The filter method does not mutate the original array. It creates the new one. Remember that. Mutate means what? It does not change into the original array. It does not change into the original array. Instead, it creates and returns new array containing only the elements that meet the condition specified in the provided function. So here you write the condition, return the true or false based on the filtering condition. Right? We already have seen this over here. You may refer this code. Filter. The filter method here, you can see the filter method is particularly useful when you need to selectively extract the elements from an array that satisfied specific condition. Even, for example, we have seen what? Even array from the given array. It enables you to easily create a new array that includes only the elements that pass the provided test function. Whatever this function, if the function is returned true, element would be part of the new array, otherwise not. Okay, after filter, sum every includes. Okay, let's see H2 sum. The every The every method in JavaScript checks whether all elements in an array pass a particular test implemented by provided function. It is necessarily written true if all elements match the condition. It returns true if, it essentially returns true if all elements meet the specific condition. Otherwise it returns what? False. Otherwise it returns false. The syntax of the every method, is as follows. So it will return true or false. Remember that. It will return what? Every method will return true or false. See here, every method in the JavaScript checks whether all elements in an array pass the particular test implemented by the provided function. It essentially returns true if all elements meet the specific condition. Otherwise it returns false. Okay, now about the method parameters, here we can say current value, then index, here it is the index optional, and array is this thing. The every method evaluates each element in the array using the provided function. It stops the evaluation and returns the false immediately if any elements fails the test. You don't need to check anything else, right? If one is false, you don't even need to check further, because every means the what every element should pass the test. Whatever function you are doing over here, see every function, if every element is exactly equals to this passed num, it will return true. Otherwise it will return what? False. If all elements pass the test, it returns true. If all elements pass the test, it returns what? True. The every method is particularly useful when you need to verify that all the elements in array satisfy a specific condition. It provides a simple and straightforward way to perform such checks on array elements. What we have seen? Oh, for the sum, it is every. The explanation is for every. Now, explanation for sum should be very same. Array dot sum. See here, array dot sum. Okay, the sum method, the sum method in JavaScript, checks if at least one element in array, if at least one element in an array passes particular test implemented by provided function, it returns true if some of the elements passes the test. It returns true if at least one element meets the specific condition. Otherwise it returns what? False. The syntax of the sum would be as follows. So here is the explanation of each parameters: current value, index, and an array. So sum method here, the sum method evaluates each element in an array. Sum method, just a minute. Okay. Am I audible? Yeah. Sum. The sum method evaluates each element in the array using the provided function. It stops the evaluation and returns the true immediately if it passes the test. It stops the evaluation and returns the true immediately if any of the element passes the test. If no element passes the test, it returns false. If no element passes the test, it returns the false. The sum method is particularly useful when you need to determine whether at least one element in an array satisfies the specific condition. It provides a simple and concise way. To perform such checks on the array element. Okay, sum, we have seen that. What do you mean by sum? Includes, I think we already have seen includes or not. Introduction to arrays, length properties, slice. Okay, array operations. Includes, array dot includes. Now includes. If you see the includes method in the JavaScript is used to check whether an array includes a certain element, returning true and false as appropriate. It is a simple way to check the presence it is the simple way to check the presence of specific value in an array. The syntax of the includes would be as follows. So this would be the syntax: array.includes search element and from index. You can search from third index like that. Now explanation to this: search element, the element to search within an array. So we didn't see this from index, right? This is the optional parameter. Yeah, optional parameter. If you want to search from the particular index, see here, from index, the index at which to begin the search, this is the from index is what? The index from which search will begin. If index is omitted, means if in this way, if you don't give index over here, the search starts from the 0th element. The includes method, see here, this is the interview type question. Now whatever explanation I am giving you, the include method returns the true if array contains the specified element and false if it does not. It performs the strict equality comparison. So this is the interview type question. How equality checked in the include? So your answer should be, it performs strict equality comparison. So it will check the exact match for the element. Exact. Now what is a strict equality?
Strict equality is the same value and the number is same.
Value and the number is same.
Sorry, value and type.
What do you mean by value? What do you mean by type?
Value means number.
Mm-hmm.
Number and type. Type is same, which is a string or number, boolean.
Or what?
This is also same.
Say that again.
String number.
And
Array.
okay. Okay. Strict equality, which means that it will check the value as well as the type. Value as well as the type. The includes method particularly useful. Includes method particularly useful when you need to quickly determine whether a specific value exists within an array or not. It provides a convenient way to perform such checks without needing to be complex iteration. Simply check it, the element is available or not. If you want to check that, that is okay. Now what is the next part we have seen?
Find function.
Yeah, find and find index.
Yes.
Find and
Find index.
Find index. Now based on the, you will find the particular element. Remember that?
Yes.
Find the particular element based on the condition. Find. Includes is also, your includes is returning true and false.
Yes.
But I want to find particular element directly. The find method in JavaScript is used to retrieve the value of the first element. The value of the first element in an array that satisfies provided testing function. It returns the value of the first element in the array. It returns value of the first element in the array that meets the specific condition. or undefined if no element is found. It returns the particular element or it returns the undefined. Now let me, so everything is same, function find another thing. Here is the explanation of, now same thing, current value, index, array, like this. The find method, stops as soon as it finds an element that satisfies the provided testing function. It does not execute the testing function for remaining elements in an array. We have seen this thing practically. The find, here we can say the find method is particularly useful when you need to retrieve the value of the first element in an array that meets the specific condition. It provides an easy way to search for elements based on a custom condition without having to implement the manual iteration or the comparison logic. Right? It provides an easy way to search for elements based on the custom condition. I want to find out particular element.
Yes.
Now, after that, we have seen something called as join.
Yes.
After that, we have seen something called as,
Join.
find index also. I think we have find.
Yes.
Everything is same about find index. Let's write h2. Find index, find index, same as find. The find index method in the JavaScript similar to the find, but it returns the index of an element in an array that satisfies the provided testing function. It returns -1. It returns -1 if that particular element has not found. The syntax is again same. There is no difference for the syntax. And let's type the code. So here we can say current value, explanation of the current value that is being processed. Index is an optional and array also is an optional. The find index method stops as soon as it finds the element that satisfies provided testing function. It does not execute the testing function for the remaining elements in the array. The find index method is particularly useful when you need to retrieve the index of the first element in an array that satisfies the specific condition. It provides a convenient way to search for the elements based on the custom condition without manually implementing iteration and comparison with the other elements. Okay, find index. Now join function. This is little different. What is join function? Can you explain?
It is used for array to continue string.
It is used to what?
Array for continuous string.
Continuous string.
Yes.
Means what? What is the join function? What does join function do?
So it continue the array element.
Continue the array element means what?
In the array,
Mm-hmm.
it's return to in a string.
No, I am not getting you. Say that again.
In the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Uh-huh.
And it is given in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the string.
Means what? Means what? Yeah, means what? Okay, see. The join method in the JavaScript is used to create and return the new string by concatenating all the elements in an array. The join method in JavaScript is used to create and return a new string by concatenating all the elements in an array. It allows you it allows you to specify a separator that is inserted between each element in the returning string. That is separated between each element in the returning string. The syntax of the join method would be as below. So here you can say code array dot join and whatever you separator you give. Presently we have given empty. Or here is an explanation. The separator, here we can say separator optional parameter, the string that will be used as separator. If omitted means if you don't provide anything, the elements are joined by the comma by default. Elements are joined by comma by default. We have seen it over here. We have seen without adding this separator. Separator means what? You can add this, you can add arrow, and that part would be each element in between the each element. The join method does not modify the original array. This is very important. The join method does not modify the original element. Instead it creates and returns a new string by concatenating all the elements in the array. Instead it creates and returns new string by concatenating all the elements in the array separated by the specified separator. Now the join method is particularly useful when you need to convert an array to string. See, when it is useful, the join method is particularly useful when you need to convert an array to a string with the customizable separators for display or further processing. It provides, here you can say, it provides a simple way to concatenate the array elements into the single string. it provides a simple way to concatenate the array elements into the single string. So these many things we have seen on the other day, on the 34th day. Now one more function, very important function is there. We can say array 03, array 03, arr 03, arr new file, arr hyphen 03.js. So here we have const arr is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to do sum of the elements. So what do you do? Arr dot for each element arrow. So here we can say let sum is equals to 0, sum plus equals to element, and console dot log sum, and console dot log sum day 34. And here we can print node arr03.js 15. 5 plus 4 9 plus 1 10 plus 5 15, and this is correct. This is what? Correct. But this is one way, and you need to use the external sum over here. You need to use external variable called as sum. Technically, this is not the correct way to do such kind of things, right? Just a minute, give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. So how to do this thing? Arr dot reduce. One function is there. Arr dot reduce. So I will write a traditional way function. I will write normal function accumulator. Accumulator accu a double c u m u a double c u m u l a t o r accumulator, and the current value, accumulator and the current value. Now see return, here you can say, and here we need to set the accumulator to 0 over here. So here you can say return accumulator plus current value. Accumulator plus what? Current value. So this accumulator would be set to 0 in the beginning, the way we have done over here. It would be set to 0, and reduce function will return a reduced array. sum 2, sum 1, sum 1, sum 1. It will return, so reduce will reduce the array to one number or one value. It will reduce the array to one value. Accumulator plus current value. Now if I print console.log sum2, can you see 15, 15? Now see, if I set this guy to the 100, what will happen? See now 115. 11. Why? Because you have set this initial number, the accumulator, to what? 100. So 100 plus current value. Now whenever you return something over here, that value will go in an accumulator. Whatever the value of the current operation is there, so presently it's 100, let's make it 0. 0 plus current value would be the accumulator value for the next iteration. So on the zeroth iteration, we can say, for the zeroth iteration, value of the accumulator, would be 0. And then current value would be what?
1.
Current value of the array is equals to 1. So sum would be how much? So sum would be 0 plus 1. Similarly, for the first iteration, accumulator value becomes what?
1.
This value.
Yes.
Accumulator value.
1.
So this is the accumulator value. So here
Yes.
accumulator is equals to
1.
this value. And the current value becomes what?
2.
2 in the array is equals to 2 in the array.
Yes.
Current value becomes 2 in the array. So resulting operation becomes 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. Is the 3 is now what? For the second iteration, accumulator value is 3, current value is 4, right? So here it becomes 3 plus 4 and it is equals to 7.
Sir, there is current value is also 3.
Yeah, current value is 3, correct. Not 4. Current value, accumulator 3, current value 3.
3.
Current value is nothing but what? Value in a array.
Yes.
And in this way, it will go on iterating and it will give you the 15.
Yes.
Reduce function. Reduce an array to one number. What I'm saying? Reduce an array to what?
To one number.
To one number. That's what the reduce function is. When you say reduce, you need to reduce an array to one simple number. Let's document it. Reduce.
Yes.
Reduce. The reduce method in the JavaScript, this is the mostly used interview type question. What is the explain the reduce method? Reduce. The reduce method in JavaScript is used to reduce the elements of an array to a single value. Reduce the elements of an array to the single value. Reduce the element of an array to what? Single value.
Single value.
The way sum we have used. It executes a provided function for each element of the array. It executes a provided function. For each element of the array, resulting in a single output value. So provided function. So we have provided this function. Well, this can be lambda also. No problem.
Yes.
This can be what?
And
Lambda means your arrow function also.
yes.
So remove everything. Remove this thing. One bracket we need over here. Remove this thing. Simply an arrow. And this thing, a return also not needed.
Yes.
Right? This is your function in one line. That's what the benefit of using arrows. But this line, but this and this are exactly same. There is no difference.
Yes.
So if you want to reduce the variable names ACC and CV, ACC and what? CV, current value. AC. So whole this is one parameter a function.
Yes.
And second parameter is a starting point or start value to the accumulator. So whatever you have written in 3 lines, this is only code in 1 line. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So reduce function, it executes a provided function for each element of the array, resulting a single output value. The reduce method can be used to perform the cumulative operations the reduce function can be used to perform the various cumulative operations such as summing the elements, calculating the product, or any other operation that combines the array element into the single value. If there is a requirement like this, you can use the function reduce. The syntax of this would be as follows here. So we have seen accumulator, current value, index and array. Which index and current iterating array.
Yes.
So here is an explanation.
Yes.
Accumulator. What is the accumulator? The accumulated result from the previous iteration. The accumulated result from the previous iteration, which will be returned as a final value. Current value. The current element being processed in the array. Index is an optional thing. Array is an optional thing.
Yes.
Also, the initial value is also optional. But we can provide initial value and optional for the accumulator if provided a reduce operation will start with this initial value.
Yes.
If provided the reduce operation starts with this initial value. If omitted, the first element of the array is used as the initial value. See, if omitted, if you don't provide any initial value, just remove this 0. So you may expect answer is different. Okay, 15. That's correct. If you don't provide, if omitted, the first element of the array is this.
Yes.
If we say 1 over here, so this would be considered, answer would be different.
Yes.
So 0. If omitted, the first element of the array is used to the initial value and the reduce operation starts from the second element. See,
Okay.
if you don't provide anything,
Yes.
initial value would be 1
Yes.
and reduce operation will start from second. So this much array would be considered only, and that's why you get 15 everywhere.
Yes.
So this would be the initial value in this case if you don't provide anything, and second, an array will consider from the second element, right? That's how
Yes.
reduce operation works. Now the reduce method is particularly useful when you need to perform the cumulative operations, means combining operations. The reduce method is particularly useful when you need to perform cumulative operations on the elements of an array and reduce them into the single value. It provides a powerful way to process and summarize the array data. Powerful and way to summarize the data. Just go through this document that we have prepared in this session.
Yes, sir.
And you can ask me any questions if you have.
No, sir.
You have gone through document, complete document in 1 second.
No, sir.
Just go through the document.
Yes, sir.
Any question?
No, sir. Sir, reduce function we can apply for multiplication also.
Yeah, you can apply multiplication also. If you want to multiply elements, if you want to
Yes.
get the multiplication of all elements, you can apply reduce
Yes.
also.
Yes.
Any other question?
No, sir. Clear.
So you can complete matrix multiplication, matrix addition till tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And tomorrow we will start with the multidimensional arrays.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes.
There's nothing. The same concept is there.
Yes.
Fine. Let's call it for a day. We'll meet tomorrow.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.